friends, what's going on? You're tuned in to 13 Folds Radio here on RI, freeradio.org, and thanks for making the choice to listen to us yet again. We, at this point, we need all the help we can get. And, of course, I'm Mike Liberty, hanging out with my buddy, Dave Death.
Hey.
What's going on, David?
Not much, man. Been a interesting week of news.
Yeah, dude, we got lots. Before we get into that, though, I really, really dig that intro song. I really do. But it occurred to me just now as we were coming in. Should we figure out exactly what they're saying? I don't know what they're saying.
I don't either. I don't really care, though.
Okay.
Whatever it is, it sounds legit, man.
All right. It does sound cool. If you're good with it, then I'll just roll. I hope they're not saying something about killing Whitey or whatever. Something more incendiary than what you and I would normally say.
Well, that seems to be the theme lately, so it wouldn't be too bad.
All right, then. Motion to keep the song as it is.
We'll probably need to edit that thing and add some kind of intro to it, eventually. Maybe, oh yeah, it's 13 Folds. Maybe Billy D will come and do some voiceover on that.
I like the free form. It's very punk. It's very just kind of like, hey man, it's our show. We can do whatever we want. If you don't like the intro, you know what? Just
go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Listen to another show. That's right. I'm talking to you, Mom.
Oh, sorry, Mrs. Liberty.
Oh, man. So, yeah, there's a lot. You know what I saw this week that I wanted to, I guess, kind of toot my own horn about? I don't know if you saw this. But you remember how the last time we did a show and I kind of give my Deadpool review, and I said that Deadpool
was going to reset how people make comic book movies.
Right. Like he kind of like flipped the script, and now everyone's going to be going for edgy and hard R, at least until the fad wears out. Well, I saw a story, I might have been today, yesterday, something like that, about the new Batman versus Superman movie. They've now announced they're gonna make it an R rating.
Only for the digital release. I believe it's still going to hit theaters with a PG-13 rating, and then they're going to have a R rating for the DVD.
Right. So they're having their cake and eating it too.
Well, I'm interested to see how it works. I mean, Superman with the R rating. Whoever would have thunk? Batman, I could see it.
Batman, I think it almost feels like it's always an R rating, but yeah, Superman for sure. What will be really interesting is if that R rating kind of becomes the canon version, if that's the one that when they come out, everyone buys that, and whatever events happen in that don't make it into the 13 will that become the one that the fans essentially pick?
Probably.
My guess is yes, it will be. Because if I was going to buy the DVD of it, I would totally not buy the PG-13.
No.
Which, to circle back, there was some talk, some mom's group when Deadpool first came out was saying, "Oh, please make a PG-13 cut for my 8-year-old." And
your 8-year-old shouldn't be watching a Deadpool movie anyway.
Look, lady, I'm sorry. Some stuff just isn't for your kids. Some stuff is just for other people. Like, what do you want to do a PG cut of Breaking Bad so your fucking kid can somehow try to follow the rise and fall of Heisenberg? It's just not for him. Wait until he's 12 to watch it in his dad's, study. Like we all watched the best R-rated movies that we could get our hands on when we were kids.
Yeah, The Godfather.
Exactly.
I was watching that when I was like 8, 9, so I guess that doesn't count. But still, you get the point.
Mm-hmm. But the filmmakers for Deadpool did say that they toyed with doing a PG-13 cut, and I don't know how possible it would be. I know that there's a lot of kind of retakes, a lot of live, off-the-cuff improv went into the making of that. I don't know how much they could do a PG-13 recut, but I don't sit on the whatever that is, the motion picture ratings board.
Now, you said you had another update for a story that you pinned.
You know what? I actually have 2 more updates from stories that we did in our last show. One of them we talked about was the Apple versus the FBI.
Yes.
And the FBI trying to kind of strong arm. I don't think they're even subpoenaing. They're not really doing it through legal channels. They're really just trying to use intimidation and a weird kind of like public awareness campaign to turn people against Apple.
Yeah, using the whole fear on terrorism.
And this is about them getting into Apple's back end because one of the San Bernardino terrorist shooters had an iPhone and they want to get in, and Apple's like, no, we're not giving you the keys to the kingdom. And so just today, tech giants Google, Facebook, and Microsoft all got Apple's back publicly, came out in support of Apple and in defiance of the FBI, saying they too would refuse and will refuse to cooperate with such a request.
Well, that's going to be interesting. I want to see how that pans out. And what was the other one?
Well, the other one is really more of an update of yours. I happened to catch that our good buddy, I don't even remember his real name, Dr. Love.
Dr. Love, Malachi Love Robinson.
That's
18-year-old doctor.
I knew he'd be right.
The 18-year-old gynecologist of West Palm Beach.
Oh, that's just for all you listeners. You need to understand that Dave has literally not stopped talking about this kid since our last show. I swear, it's like his new hero. It's every conversation revolves around Dr. Love.
Well, he was released finally after being accused of being a fake physician.
Right, and he gets out on the street, and what does he immediately do?
He gets arrested on new charges alleging he stole more than $34,000 from an 86-year-old patient. That's pretty old to be digging around doing some gynecology work.
Not for $34,000, it's not.
So yeah, he's at it again. That kid.
He's incorrigible. He's an entrepreneur. That's all he is.
So. You know what else I found in the news that I thought was pretty interesting and worth bringing up?
Yeah, I mean, that's it for old business, right?
Yeah, that's it for old business.
So let's move on to new business. What do you got?
A meerkat expert was cleared of assault in a zoo love triangle. Now, I didn't even read the story. I read the headline, and that was enough for me. I was like, this got to be talked about.
Any headline that includes zoo love triangle is right in the 13 Folds wheelhouse.
I guess a former meerkat expert at the London Zoo was cleared last Tuesday, of assaulting a monkey handler in a love spat over a llama keeper.
I lost track of that, but I got the gist, and I love it.
Two high court judges said Tuesday that Carolyn Westlake had not recklessly injured Kate Sanders. So I guess there was some fighting going, maybe some monkey poo getting slung.
I guess the stereotypes about zookeepers are all true.
You can take them out of the zoo, but you can't take them out of the jungle.
Oh, I like that, dude.
That's
like the most cogent thing you've ever said on this show.
Speaking of this show, what do we got going on tonight?
Well, it's time. I feel the need to get ourselves dirty. Let's jump into the cesspool of politics, of campaign 2016. We have to address some of I can't stand talking about this stuff. I hate fixating on it. But we got to talk about the Hillary email thing, what it really means. Romney has called out Donald Trump today very loudly, very clearly, pretty much said doesn't want him in the Republican Party. And that's a chorus. John McCain, obviously the other Republicans running against him.
Everybody in the party.
Right. The machine, he's threatened to the machine. They don't want him. And I'd like to talk about that a little bit. And then I wanted to add a silver lining. I'm not going to say his name. We've got an old name. A dark horse has taken up the cause and is talking about joining the race for president of the United States of America. The man is qualified. He's been there. He's done that. He's a visionary. He's an independent. And I want to talk a little bit about that.
And if it is who I think it is, he's definitely got my vote.
Cool. We'll get all of that and more tonight on 13 Folds Radio on RIFreeradio.org.
I just want to stay in the sun where I find. I know it's hard sometimes. Pieces of peace in the sun's peace of mind. I know it's hard sometimes. Yeah, I think about the end just way too much. But it's fun to fantasize. All my enemies, it wouldn't taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I die for you, that's easy to say. We have a list of people that we would take. A bullet for them, a bullet for you, a bullet for everybody in this room. But they don't seem to see many bullets coming through. See many bullets coming through. Metaphorically, I'm the man, but literally, I don't know what I do. I'd live for you, and that's hard to do. Even harder to say when you know it's not true. Even harder to write when you know that tonight there were people back home who tried talking to you, but then you ignore them still. All these questions, they're falling like, who would you live for? Who would you die for? And would you ever kill? Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Taking my time on my ride. I've been thinking too much. 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 Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. Oh, 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 I'm falling, so I'm taking my time. Taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm falling, so I'm taking my time on my. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. I've been thinking too much. Help me.